I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. All right, let's see if we can hear me out here. What's going on, everyone? It's Friday night. My laptop's kicking in here. There we go. Can y'all hear me? There we go. What's up, Candace? Daily Prepper, Jeffrey. Nice. 5x5. Appreciate it. Vicky, John Smith, Plus, Angry Blacksmith, Scotty, TG, Mammy, Bad Cam, what's up? We got Joy. Lauren is here.
Daily Prepper.
Patient Prepper, Kathleen. Miranda, happy Friday. Yarn Prepper, yep. Oh, you're right, it's Jeffrey. We get more Jeffreys, yeah. Lady Gwendolyn, good to see you too. Jay Moore, JK. We got a bunch of folks here. All right, guys. I am Sam. Yeah, hey, yeah. 9 o'clock on the East Coast, didn't it? And trust me, 8 o'clock's late. Yeah, we're all jumping into the old stage of life now, right? Marcia, Vicky, Cindy. Yep, we saw Cindy. Yeah, sorry about that for the East Coast, guys. 9 o'clock, I know, it's rough. I won't keep you all night, I promise. Yeah, can't you believe it? It's October, Vicky. That's right. We're in October. It's amazing. And just heads up, Dave won't be with us tonight. He's one of our moderators. He's having real bad migraines. He deals with those, so he'll catch us later for sure. I know. Easy Squeezy, what's going on? So you saw my thumbnail, and look, I love hoping for the best. I'm the glass half full kind of guy. I like to look at the good side of things. I like to just assume that the best is going to happen, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to be like that. It's okay to be like me. And you watch a lot of my videos. Sometimes they're funny or they're fun. And I'm just joking around, having a good time, and it's all right. It's okay to do that as long as I'm prepping. So that's the same with you. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to do some goofy stuff and to be silly, and let's have some good quality time hanging out together and joking around and shooting the breeze, as long as we're prepping. So just because I can be lighthearted about things and stuff, don't forget that there's also that serious side. As long as you're prepping, it's okay to have a good time. It's kind of like when you're playing sports back in high school, right? It's all right to have some fun as long as you're practicing, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do for the game time, right? Yeah, well, Oktoberfest party. Yeah, we could have one of those. Yeah, that's right. Joy's talking about the best time of year. You got fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. But one thing she forgot.
I didn't forget.
Well, you didn't put it on there. I wasn't going to forget for her, though. Yeah, Joy's in the same room with me, by the way. She keeps me straight. That's why I keep her around up here. But hey, it's Joy's birthday on Monday. Okay? October 4th. That kicks off the fall season.
Yes.
It's Joy's birthday. But we start a month early in our household for her birthday. She likes to have her birthday month starting on September the 4th. But then after it's her birthday, she expects the whole month of October to be her birthday month. So somehow she gets 2 months out of me. I think I'm being played.
No.
I don't know what you all think, but I think I might be being played by it. But happy birthday to Joy. And she's also one of our moderators here. She does a great job. We have a great group of moderators. I appreciate all your all's hard work. But thank you, Joy. And yeah, thank you all for helping celebrate, giving her a little attention, some positive attention. Yeah, son, Jay Morse, yeah, sun triggers the migraines and wear hats. Yeah, absolutely. When I'm out and about, you see, I'm always wearing hats and stuff, but when I'm outside, look, it's amazing. The sun really does bother me. I wear sunglasses all the time. And sometimes people are like, "Are you still wearing sunglasses?" I'm like, "Yeah, look, the sun, it triggers the headaches. And once the headache triggers, you start seeing those white lights. And if you haven't already had some Excedrin by then, it's going into the migraine. So, see, I understand, Dave's dealing with it. So, and while we're getting kicked off here, I know a lot of you already have. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button. Looks like we got a good crew here. Hit the thumbs up button on the video if you don't mind. It kind of helps the algorithms and such. So, and if you haven't subscribed yet, feel you might be watching this video later in the week. Jump in, hit the subscribe button. And if you all hadn't already done it, hit that little bell. That gives you reminders anytime I'm live or if I throw out a new video. Hitting that little bell, you'll get the reminders. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, sunglasses. I see some of y'all saying that. So yeah, our mornings are getting dark. I told you before, my wife works at a school. She's a school counselor and such, but she also helps with crossing guard. And right now in the early mornings, crossing guard, helping with buses and such, it's dark outside. Isn't that right, Joy?
And deer.
So, and the deer, yeah. And she almost had a motorcycle run her over this week. So, how do you prepare for that? You're out crossing guarding, and all of a sudden you look up, and this motorcycle's trying to outrun the cops, and it comes this close to running her over. That's just one of those things you just can't really prepare for. You just got to just hang on. So if she made it.
And then the deer crossed in front of me in the city.
Yeah, and right in the middle of the city, a couple deer came by. Some rabid deer. So I'm glad Joy made it. She didn't get trampled. She gets to live for one more birthday. So, but hey, look, guys. I don't talk politics and stuff, and I'm not putting blame on anybody, but our country just has this way of just spending money. And you saw my thumbnail. We hope for the best, but we better be prepping. As we just start overspending and overspending and overspending and printing more money, we see the inflation, we see the prices going up and everything all around, everywhere we go, whether it's food, products, clothing, building supplies, auto, mechanic work, whatever you want to talk about, prices going up. And the way we keep spending money and it causes more inflation and more prices increases. Look, they got to pass it on to somebody. Someone's footing the bill, and we know who that is. You're looking at one here. I'm talking to some here. Not just us, but our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, their children. It's just going to keep on being passed. We're passing the buck on down the line. Hang on, because you just don't know what may happen with the rest of this year. 2021, man, we're already almost over. Could you believe it was just like yesterday we had 2020 and all the fun we had then, right? All the excitement of 2020. And here we are, 2021's almost over. We're almost in 2022. It's going to be here in a blink of an eye before you even know it. And we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't know where all this extra spending is going to send us. But guys, don't give up on the prepping. We've had some great conversations on some of my videos. Some of you guys have said, look, I've almost given up. Some things have been discouraging me, whether it's family members not supporting me with prepping or other things in life that just seem, kind of get me down. Keep your head up. Remember, it's slow, methodical. Just keep on adding your skills, adding to your preps. Just keep on pushing onto it. Yeah, Candace, it feels like this entire year was missed. It's like, where did it go? I feel like I'm in a better spot today than I was a year ago. And I mean that. I think mentally, I think prep-wise, I think work-wise, financial-wise, different parts of my life. I think that I'm better off from a year ago, And I hope a lot of you can kind of say the same thing. Now, look, life throws curveballs. And I know we all have a lot of personal issues, health issues, things that we struggle with, that we battle with. And that's understandable. And it makes it even harder when the world around us is creating more crisis, more chaos, more of that SHTF situation, right? On top of what we're dealing with personally in our life. But hey, we're preppers. We push through that. We don't quit. We keep our head up and we keep pushing forward. Yeah, Daily Prepper said my wife thinks I'm crazy until it's time for dinner. Then my preps pay off. Yeah, they do. Sometimes they don't understand it. They don't see it until all of a sudden they're hungry, and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm glad that we did this. I'm glad that we prepared. I'm glad that we had backups to everything that we own, right? Yeah, and like I said, my wife supports me. Obviously, she's a moderator here. She supports me. She herself would not be like a prepper, but she's a great support for me who's wanting to be better prepared, and who has a prepper channel. So my wife's very good for that, and I appreciate that. But like I said, she'll tell you she herself is not a prepper, but she does a good job helping me write down things on the list as we need backups, as we use things. She's very hands-on, and I appreciate that. So Gigi had a comment. Thank you, Lorna. Let me scroll back up here. All right, Gigi, here we go. Gigi said, did you see Major Store getting their own ships and shipping containers to get stuff to their stores? I did not see that. What major stores is that? Is that like Walmarts and such like that? Yeah, and I have heard that there are quite a few containers just sitting at the ports. Not enough people to deliver them. I have noticed that, and I think that even if there are filled with food, which I know a lot of them have other supplies and things we use in life, you can imagine that they're going to go bad just sitting out there in the sun, right? How am I doing, Joy?
You want to try it or later?
I'll do that one later.
Okay.
Yeah. Joy's been trying some new recipes, and which one's that one?
That was pumpkin peanut butter.
Is it like a bread or?
It's a cookie.
It's a cookie.
Bread.
It's kind of like a bready type thing. She did a pumpkin peanut butter. It's supposed to be a cookie. It's kind of bready, is what it ends up the recipe she was doing. So I'll try some of that later. Yeah, I'm real proud of Joy. She's been working with different foods for her health, and she's been doing a really, really good job, which in turn helps me because you know that I've been trying to eat less sugars and different things. And so it's kind of been like, teamwork, working together on some of that. And yeah, thank you for letting me see Gigi's. Oh, easy squeezy. Uncle Sam got you a really nice electric recliner. Nice. So yeah, you got to have a nice comfy spot. So yeah, I mean, see me, I want to be comfortable when I'm doing a live stream. But yeah, seriously, if you guys have comments, please put them in caps, and we'll do the best to get to them. Nathaniel, how you doing, buddy? Burning trash in an emergency situation. That's something that we don't talk a lot about, is trash disposal. I would say, yeah, if you have a spot on your property that you could have a fire pit, and there'd be some trash that, I would definitely burn. Otherwise, some of that stuff you're probably going to have to bury because you don't want disease and bacteria just being all around your home. Yeah, because obviously, if it got to that point in life, the trash guy's not coming. Okay? So, yeah, having some kind of a trash disposal, it could be tossing it over the neighbor's fence. That's probably not going to win you brownie points. So which one's that one? Kathleen? Kathleen said, I'm prepping sugar for my hummingbirds.
You can tell her about ours.
Okay. Yeah. And I just noticed some older videos you all saw. I have a hummingbird feeder. And I went and cleaned it like what, a week ago. I cleaned it out, refilled it up, hung it back out, and all of a sudden there's no hummingbirds. So I Googled it, and I guess this is my first year feeding hummingbirds, and I guess they've already started migrating. We did have a little bit of cold spell here that came by, and it was that the nights got kind of cold in the 40s, but they said by mid-September they're out of town. They've left Dodge. So yeah, so if you're prepping some extra stuff for your bird friends, absolutely.
They might be in Florida.
Yeah, I think they all took off to Florida right now. They'll be back. I'm just rolling up here. Yeah, those of you just jumped in, we were also wishing Joy a happy birthday. Just kind of give you all heads up on that. It's her birthday weekend.
Weekend. Month.
I know, it's the month, Joy. Jacqueline, how you doing, Jacqueline? Jacqueline's saying sunflowers bring all the pollinators. Also keep basil in rotation so I can leave some to bolt for the bees. Are we seeing an early start to winter? Daily Prepper, I thought we did for a week last week. It seemed like the nights were getting down in the 40s here in Tennessee. And then just like that, it went right back up. Highs in the 80s, and then the lows at nights just dipping down, maybe upper 60s. So it kind of went right back to the fall stage. Days have actually gotten hot, hasn't it, Joy? It's been just, yeah, hot again. So no, a little bit of that summer still kind of just hanging on. Hey, CK, good to see you too. I see you on here. Louise, good to see you. I know, so we have folks jumping in and out, so just as I stop and say hey to everybody. Bad camps, been cold there. Okay, in Colorado. Been in the 50s for the highs. Wow. Okay, so yeah, you guys are already kind of just going right into pre-winter there. Cold and wet in the Maine area, Angel's Garden, 47 at night. So you're already getting some of that there then. Hey, all right, Candace, thank you. That'll go to Joy's birthday cake fund. I'll make sure we put that towards her birthday cake. Thank you, Candace. Lauren is saying that City Prepping did a video last week explaining why we will be having one of the coldest winters in years. Oh, that'd be interesting. I've been wondering, because I know last year we actually got a good amount of snow. Those of you who are still getting to know my area, I'm just outside of Nashville here in Tennessee, and we had some snow. And where I work, if I get a snow day, there's some serious ice and snow on the ground, and we had that last year, and I got to stay home for a couple of days, so that was kind of fun, and being out in the snow. But yeah, so the cold weather. I'll be curious to see how that does here this year. The Daily Prepper. So here's a question, not just for me, but for anyone who likes to jump in on that. So what did you do to prepare today? Well, I know my wife learned a new recipe, and I appreciate that. Let's see, I was at work today, and what I did today, I went through my second pantry, I call it, the grocery store pantry. I took my black marker, and I finally made a time slot to finish dating my cans and food items in there. I had been kind of dragging my feet on that. So because I had been kind of preaching to the choir, about making sure you stay organized and get your stuff dated and organized so it's easy to see. I had to preach to me. I had to say, all right, it's time to do it. No more procrastinating. I was going to have to turn on one of my procrastinating videos and give myself a pep talk. But I got in there and I got it done. Yeah, Lorna, I saw that. Yeah, Lorna sent me a picture of a toilet paper mountain. Yep, at Sam's. and she had snuck back, I guess, probably at the areas, where they stage big pallets of stuff. Big pallet mountains of toilet paper and paper products. I was just like, whoa, now I know where it is. Lauren has got it all. Lauren has got it all stashed away. TG, good to see you. TG says, have you guys noticed the dates on the products that are mostly the same as things I've bought 6 months ago? Yes. As I was going through, I just mentioned how I'm dating, and I'm realizing, wow, new stuff that I just bought has the exact same dates as the older stuff as I'm writing it down. Perfect example. And I saw that. I noticed that. So yeah, that normally doesn't happen. So somehow they must have had this big stash of stuff, or maybe a high production date or something, and it's just trying to cycle through it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, Lorna, we'll know where to go. If we need it, we're going to come there and get some from it. Yes, the Yarn Prepper says no toilet paper there. Daily Prepper dehydrating 2 foot long zucchinis. Wow. Were those from your garden? That's good sized zucchini. You'll be able to feast on that for a couple weeks. Glenn's saying Aldi's has a limit of 3 on their pumpkins. So they're already kind of looking, that they may not have enough pumpkins. That's what that implies to me, that they're putting limits on that to try to tone down people buying up a bunch of pumpkins, which we're seeing that across the board. I see Easy Squeeze, let me get to you in a minute. But yeah, across the board, all these places that are putting limits on everything, that's telling me that there's definitely a product issue, and they know it, and they know it's coming, and they're trying to keep it at a limit so it spreads it thinner, it spreads them out, and they don't empty the shelves quite as fast. So like I said, hang on, something's coming, so just be prepared. Yeah, Easy saying Mountain House is on sale today in town. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lamouth Falls. That's probably the best I could do with that. So I guess you would have to go and pull up like that zip code area, I'm assuming, Easy. And then for your shipment, you would want to change that, obviously, to you. So for those of you who are looking for maybe some freeze-dried food, check out that sale. You might have to pull up that area, though. Yarn Prepper said when she buys the canned veggies now, only buy if dated 2024. Yeah, watch your dates, guys. I've seen a lot of weird dates and things, and short dates, even on breads and things especially. But even now your cans, just keep a good close eye on your expiration dates, your use by dates, because obviously you want to get the best ones you can. Yeah, Mama K. Sam's had the limit of 1 of each of the paper goods, 3 of water. So that's what more and more now across the board, you're starting to see that at a lot of places now. Yeah, Louise. Louise is in Great Britain, those of you that may not know that. She's saying that their local petrol station, which for you here in America, that's gas station, okay? Just to make sure you understand the translation there. So I can speak British. Petrol is gas, okay? Their gas station had a limit of $30. I think Joy's rolling her eyes at me. Had a limit of 30, which I'm not quite sure what that's pounds, right? 30 pounds maximum on the fuel. So yeah, their gas station's already doing. Hey, do we have anybody in here from Australia? I know you guys in Australia have been dealing with a lot of different things. I've been getting little messages from a couple of you guys. I'm just curious how things are going. If any of you are from Australia in here. Oh, Deeds. Yeah, Deeds is also from Great Britain, so no gas. So look, guys, people, Great Britain is they've been communicating to me before, and are kind of confirming it now. They're dealing with some gas problems. As things are happening in other countries, look, don't think it can't start happening over here. Sometimes that's a precursor and kind of lets us know what's going on around the world that could be swinging around, coming around, and we're the next in line to see some of these same type of issues. Yeah, I got that fancy book learning. Yep. Yeah, Nathaniel said, consider getting bleach tablets to help with water treatment. Yeah, bleach tablets, absolutely. I've seen people ask questions like with water, how long can you store it? I kind of go by the rule of thumb of a year. And then after a year, it doesn't hurt to add a little of the bleach. I was communicating with somebody one time. They were talking about a 2 liter bottle of water. Like, how long could I store tap water in this? I would say, look at it after a year. If you're going to drink it, I would add, I think it's 4 drops of bleach to a 2 liter worth of water, just to go ahead and sterilize it. Go ahead and get it disinfected. If there's anything in it that's growing, or kill it. Hope you guys are storing your water in cool, dry places away from the sunlight. You don't want anything growing in your water. And just like with anything, whether it's cans that might have expired, or do the smell taste test, right? Or the sight. If it doesn't look good, then don't drink it. If it doesn't smell good, don't drink it. If you take a taste of it and don't like it, don't drink it. And then, like I said, do the bleach tablets or the bleach drops, depending on how much you have. Um, Easy Squeeze said gas shortage in the 70s. Oh boy, what a mess. Yeah, that's right. I was born in the 70s, so I don't remember living through the 70s. I was alive, but just can't remember that far when I was that young. But I do remember reading about that. I do. They had gas shortages and different things going on in the 70s. So some of you guys that are telling me that, yeah, you remember the 70s, you're dating yourselves, okay? I'm just you're throwing a date out there. You're letting me know. Mama K added a couple drops of bleach all the time. Fill the containers. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Put a couple drops of bleach in there. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Yarn Prepper. Thanks for reminding everybody. Look, a lot of you guys use my Amazon links just to do your normal shopping, especially with the holidays approaching. Christmas is coming up. Getting your prepping supplies, whatever you do. If you go through one of my links, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but because you kind of went through my channel, you went through my link, it gives me a small percentage, small kickback. So I appreciate you guys being faithful and helping do that. And if some of you haven't tried that yet, I appreciate it. You just go to the link, and then if you just go to the search and just do your normal searching and your normal shopping, and then just while you're in my link, that works really well. So I'm gonna scroll back up here. Yeah, Daily Prepper, that's right. Just well seasoned. That's right. Extra wisdom. So yeah, Glenn. Good comment, Glenn. Never let book learning get in the way of your education. And yeah, you can get all the book knowledge you can. A lot of it's street smarts too, guys. And keep learning, ask questions, people that you come in contact with. Constantly be a sponge. Constantly be learning. Constantly be absorbing. I'm gonna scroll back down here. How am I doing, Joy? Am I catching most everything?
Thanks.
I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, Gigi had a comment produce.
Oh, really? She had another comment too. It was about produce related. Yeah, produce. We talked about produce Thursday on the Thursday video too. Some people say, "Hey, I do the smell test when I buy them big bag of tomatoes, potatoes. I'm sorry, tomato, potato, whatever." But yeah, check your produce. I'm serious. I've gotten burned too many times. You're just grabbing your produce and you're just throwing it in the cart because you're in a hurry. You're just trying to get your shopping done. You just want to go home, okay? And then you get home and you start getting into your produce and you realize, oh man, this stuff is already spoiling. It's already turning. It's slimy. It's already getting nasty. It's got spots on it. So just double check your produce right now. Just keep an eye on it. Yeah, Nathaniel. Nathaniel's got a good point. Extra electrical outlets and switches, plumbing parts. Good idea. Have extra parts for the toilet, repair, anything in the house. To have extra backups to stuff. We talk about the food and all these other things, clothing. But yeah, what if the stuff starts breaking down around your home? Electrical, plumbing. Having those backup parts could be critical in a case you can't go to the store or if the stores don't have anything. Yeah, rotten potatoes. Blech. Yeah, we had got a big bag home one day, and normally we have no problems, but this year we just keep experiencing issues. So we marched it right back to the store and we said, "Hey, this bag is bad. Look at it." And you just got to be careful. Yeah, hazy squeezy. I see it. Yeah. Only one wife, no backup. That's right. That's if we're smart anyway, right? If you want to live, that's what you live by right there. Now that's wisdom. That's even better than book smarts. That's some serious street smarts right there. Iron Man Spartan. That's right. Hey, plenty of season for rice. So yeah, make sure you keep up on your spices, your seasoning, because you don't want just bland rice all the time. There's nothing but bland rice. If you're kind of kicking into that survival situation and you're just eating rice every day, yeah, you want to be able to add some stuff to that rice. So please keep up. We talked about that a couple videos ago. I did a pantry video. If you missed that, I had my spice rack. I showed you my spices. Everything's organized. Make sure you have plenty, because when you're eating nothing but rice, you're going to be like, man, I'm so glad I got some extra stuff to throw in there and kind of spice it up, right? I'm scrolling up here to check. Again, look, I know sometimes if you're newer and you might be watching, don't feel intimidated like you can't ask questions. Like if you're a newer prepper and you have some, look, you like, I just might want to know something. I don't understand this, or how do I do this? What should I do in this situation? Throw it in caps. Put it in there. Myself, there's a lot of other people. Most everybody in here, there's people that have homesteads. They've been doing this for 30 plus years. We got a lot of, we talked about seasoned veterans, right? We have a lot here, and they'll be more than happy to help a new prepper out. We do it all the time. So Yarn Prepper said that she grounds up the older dehydrated vegetables and put a good scoop in rice waters and add a little extra water. So it's another way to kind of spruce up your meal. Small family, small budget. Good to see you. Definitely going to do inventory of everything this weekend and make tomato paste. Nice. Yeah, doing an inventory, it just makes you feel better. You ever kind of feel overwhelmed? I get like that when I just got everything just discombobulated and just kind of just jammed in. I like it organized. I want to know what I have, and I want to know what I need. So when I go to the store, I'm not just guessing. Just buy some more rice, more beans, and go and just shove it into the pantry. How many bags of rice and beans do you have? I don't know. I just keep buying stuff and shoving it into the closet. But taking a chance to organize it, see what you have. Say, wow, I've already got, you know, 1,000 pounds of rice and 1,000 pounds of beans. I guess I don't need it anymore. Start focusing on something else. So yeah, please get organized, guys. Get yourselves, a system set up where you're rotating. The new stuff goes to the back, right? That's the same with the fridge. I've talked about that. You know what I'm talking about. You go into the fridge and you start going to that bottom shelf and you start digging into the back. There's got leftovers and stuff get pushed back in there. You don't even know what you got. You're growing some penicillin, isn't that right, Joy?
That's right.
Yeah.
Science project.
Yeah, never called it prepping. You called it the year's supply. That's just a good way. That's just the way to live. It doesn't even have to be prepping. It's just good old fashioned common sense. Christine is asking, how's the best way to store canned goods? Again, I wouldn't keep them in a warm, like don't put them in your garage or any type of an outdoor thing. Some people like to keep the cardboard flats that you see in the grocery store. And then they'll use those flats to help stabilize and double stack their cans. Excuse me. I gotta take a halls. It's allergy season, guys. I'm still dealing with. It's like all year round here in Tennessee. Things bloom, you get allergies. Things are living, you have allergies. Things start dying and leaves start falling off the trees, you get allergies from that. Welcome to Tennessee. And I know it's like that at a lot of places too. Yeah, cool, dry, putting them under your bed. That's the cool thing with cans is you can kind of find all kinds of nooks and crannies with them. And they're sealed. Just keep them cool, keep them dry, keep them away from sunlight, from heat.
You want a backup wife?
No, you just read that?
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't say that. Somebody was warning me, making sure to not have a backup wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you are trying to get me in trouble. Well, that's true, Vicky. Yeah, too much cardboard now. That's true. Like I don't use the cardboard sleeve, so I just some people said that they did, but that's true. Now that you brought that up, that's a good point. Attracting insects, you don't want to attract extra bugs and rodents and different things chewing on the cardboard. It's just bring too much. Don't draw attention to your stuff. So that might be. I could retract that statement because I don't use them. I've just heard people say that they like to use them, but I guess there's a risk when you do that. I would say you might have to have traps out and spray and things like that and keep it clean. Your cat loves cardboard, Candace. So see, yeah, you'd be attracting cats to your preps. They want that cardboard. Yeah, and it's what Yarn Prepper. Look, and I've talked about putting stuff in that little cabinet above the fridge before, and some folks are like, "Hey, it might get hot because of your refrigerator putting out heat." My refrigerator doesn't do that up top. I don't have heat up there. But what I'd recommend that if you're in doubt of where you're putting your preps and storing them, put a little thermometer. Something to gauge the heat. You can pick them up at the store. You get them fairly cheap. Put them where your preps are and experiment. and just kind of see, how hot is that area. And that'll tell you. That'll let you know. Okay, maybe this area is warmer than the rest of the house. Maybe it's not the best spot. Or if you're around some devices, something that's putting out heat, appliances, maybe that's not the best place to put your preps. Yeah, Glenn, that's the best place to store the Oreos, right in your belly. Yeah, I haven't had some Oreos in a while now, but I'm telling you, it's coming up soon. It may be this week. I've been having some cravings.
Wait till trip.
Yeah, easy. You could probably put some live tuna in that waterbed. You could have fresh tuna. Judy Pepper, good to see you. She said that her groceries at their store came in light on their truck. Okay, so some of you guys are seeing the trucks not even being a full load, or not as many trucks coming into the stores. And that's a lot what we talk about are the shipments that I can tell. I can go to my store right now and I can tell they're just not getting the same shipments in. I see you guys talking about remedies, home remedies to keep the critters, the bugs away. I have to come back and reread this later. And I saw Yarn Prepper saying, wishing that they had another location to store food. Yeah, it's what, once you kind of fill up an area, and all of a sudden you're like, well, now what do I do? What area do I want to go to next? And, if you need another area, I guess then you got to start reorganizing that. And look, if you haven't used something in the last year or two, you can start considering, do I need to keep this thing? Weigh what's more valuable to you. Find out, do I need more preps? Do I want to keep these items? If you have space issues, you just have to start making some hard decisions. I have this item I haven't used in 5 years. It's like keeping a shirt. One day I'm going to wear it. Well, have you worn it in the last 5 years? No, I haven't. Then get rid of the shirt. That type of thing, Yeah, shopping late at night, generally restocking. Yeah, it seems like when we go to our local stores, we get frustrated because it seems like they're always restocking. It's just like between the restocking folks that are out in the aisles blocking half the aisle for restocking, and then they're blocking the other half of the aisle with them giant buggies that they're pre-shopping for the curbside pickup. They got them buggies. Oh, I was at the store when I was doing it for my Thursday video, and I was in the bread aisle, and I went down. If you remember, I bought some hamburger buns. So I was down. I went to the front of my cart, and I, had kind of bent down, and I was, looking at the bread and stuff. Well, one of them giant blue buggies rammed right into my cart, and my cart hit me, and all of his head pops around from the side. It was a short girl. Not that I'm against short girls. I married a short girl. Okay, so let me just get that straight. No problem with short girls, but they can't see over the top of their buggies. So she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's all right. I don't know how you're gonna be able to go around the whole entire store shopping like that, but I'm okay. No damage done." So I should have did the whole fake injury thing. Oh, my neck. He ran me over with a blue buggy. I can't even shop at Walmart. That's right, vertically challenged, not short. That's right, Glenn. Yeah, but I really did get run over. That's not. That really did happen, though. You're a pack rat, easy squeezy. Now, how does that not surprise me? No, I'm just get rid of nothing. Because you'll be glad you have it one day, isn't that right? But the day you have to move, it's going to be a nightmare for somebody. All right, Lorna said, question from small family. Let me scroll back up here. Thank you, Lorna. All right, small family, small budgets, asking how are everyone's gardens going? They're in Michigan, and they're pretty much done. So I'll tell you about my garden. Some of you kind of heard my horror stories dealing with those cucumber beetles. And I learned, this was my first year taking my gardening to a more serious level. You know, more than just like a tomato plant or so, doing squash, cucumbers, tomatoes, and such. And one of the biggest things that I found out, well, obviously the watering too much, too little. I figured that out a little bit. And dealing with those cucumber beetles, I wasn't prepared. Didn't get pre-warned on them. I was like a cucumber beetle assassin. Every morning before work, I was out there decapitating cucumber beetles, and then tried putting up the traps. But they just kept coming. They were out in force, and they just kept chewing. And then I found out when they bite the plants and the leaves, they leave a saliva. It puts a bacteria into the plants. And I just got so worn out. Now, look, we were still getting produce because I was doing my best to keep them alive, keep them healthy. They got really pretty and really large, a lot of vegetables and stuff. And then when my wife both got down with the sickness at the same time, neither one of us for a week or so could go outside. We had no energy, no strength, no desire to go out and work on the garden, and so things kind of got out of hand. And once we were feeling better, I went out and I'm like, okay, we're done. We were dealing with the heat. I did the deck garden in the 5-gallon buckets this year, and I wanted to experience that on the deck this year, but now I'm realizing they need to go out into the yard. So maybe get some raised beds right out into the yard, and get them off the deck. I think the summer heat was a struggle as well, and it was just that constant fighting the heat, figuring out the right amount of water and such, dealing with the 5-gallon bucket, if you kind of know what I'm saying. So I learned a lot. So, but yeah, my garden's officially done for the year. So that's my status anyway. All right, Joy's got one for me. Christina's asking, are heirloom seeds a lot better than other seeds I found in packets at Walmart? Okay, good question, Christina. I know others are real familiar with seeds. I've always been told that the heirloom seeds are the ones that you want. That you could reuse those seeds from your veggies. You dry them out, save them for the next season, and you could use your seeds from your last crops that you harvest, and they're reusable seeds. So heirloom seeds would be the ones that, as a prepper, you would want to have, so you could always replenish your garden each year from your same crop. That makes sense. So, yeah, Jay Moore, that song "Down with the Sickness," I've sung that in our household a couple times. All right, scrolling here. Yeah, moisture levels. Candace was saying, yeah, she finds it difficult maintaining the moisture levels on plants that I kept on the deck. Yeah, okay, so you understand what I went through this year. So I'm thinking that, yeah, even though I'd have to go down the steps out into the yard, but I could set up a sprinkler system. My neighbor does it. I saw what they did, and it sounds like he had a deck garden last year before we moved in. And so now theirs is out in the yard. So they might have discovered a lot of that same struggle. So I'm going to kind of take his lead on what he's doing. And I think that's probably going to be my goal for the future, is put that down out there. And Yarn, I saw your recommendation for the Kentucky Wonder Pole beans. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Unfair Bomb would suggest the non-heirloom seeds too, so you can look for varieties that are less susceptible to disease. Yeah, I would say try some of everything, and know your area. Learn it. Just practice, 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 practice. Yeah, Glenn, I make sure to dehydrate my water, so I always have a nice stash of dehydrated water on hand at all times. If y'all haven't seen my video on that, you should go back and watch that. It's a lot of fun. Well, guys, believe it or not, we're already approaching an hour. It's Friday nights do that. Every Friday night, we just buzz, buzz, buzz. I try to keep it right at an hour or just under an hour because I respect your all's time. I respect our moderators. Sometimes they're busy. Some of them moderate on other channels. And I try, to keep respectful. I know some of you guys are on the East Coast and it's breaking 10 o'clock out there. And, people have to, go to bed. Some people have to work in the morning. So I'm respectful of that. And I try to make sure we kind of start winding it down. Yeah, last call, guys. Look, you don't have to go home. All right, you just can't stay here. So you guys can still keep partying, but House of Prep will be saying, "Hey, we got to cut it off at some point." So yeah, like I always say, the airplane's kind of on the descent, right? Put your chairs up, your trays, put them up, but yeah, if you all don't mind, hit the like button. I know some of you guys have kind of popped in and out. And hit that like button on the way out. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. And I know a lot of people always don't think about it or hasn't ever done it. There's a little bell. And I know sometimes YouTube doesn't always remind you. We deal with that here. Even my own wife doesn't get notices that I've made a video. And she's hit the bell and everything. So sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it does. So if you hit that little bell, it'll give you a reminder, a little pop-up notice to say, hey, House of Prep's live, or House of Prep just put out a video. So that's always a cool thing to do. Guys, it's a lot of fun. Look, I always have fun on Friday nights. Now, look, just a heads up, next Friday night, I'm going to be watching my daughter's volleyball game. So I won't be live next Friday night. Maybe I'll pick a different night, or maybe I'll do another video, or maybe I'll throw up a video to play for Friday night. And if I do, maybe I'll put it as a premiere so you guys can still jump in the chat. Those are fun to do too. And then I can just go back and read it and see what you guys are talking about. So but you never know. We'll see. We'll go with my gut on that. We'll figure that out. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, moderators. You guys do a great job here. Guys, if you think about it, pray for Dave. Dave's, like I said, dealing with some migraines and stuff. I know he'd appreciate your prayers. So you guys have a great night. Happy birthday to Joy. Her birthday this Monday. And you guys have a great weekend. Keep prepping. And I'll talk to y'all later. All right.